Hello!
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Table Talk Gaming and another battle report.
Today we bring you the Legions of Change versus Orcs and Goblins.
Yes, a little bit of different army for me, something I'm not as used to, but it's painted beautifully.
Absolutely.
And I like the difference between those two, the two armies I own. And it's just fun. It's fun to play, and this game was super fun for me.
Yes, for you.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad game at all. If you want to know what we brought specifically, click this link. We'll wait. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, they're back. The spells I rolled. I had my Lord of Change roll these guys up. And I think I rolled a Secret Stolen, and I changed that to Blue Fire for him. Wave of Transformation, Inevitable Betrayal, and Eternal Gateway. I thought that would probably give me the best chance here. We forgot to we forgot to take a picture of the Goblin magic, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. And as you can see, you have the deployment here with Gorebeast, actually.
Oh,
once again,
battle.
Indeed.
His legend runs true.
His legend runs strong. He actually was best friends with this guy named Timmy. And him and Timmy did everything together. Timmy saved his life on more than one occasion, you know, and on adventures and quests that they would go on together. But then the Lord of Change whispered into Gorebeast's ear and says, hey, I'll give you a demon army if you give me your friend Timmy. So now Gorebeast has a demon army.
Didn't even, less than 5 seconds. He was like, okay.
It wasn't much of a choice. Now, the Timmy has come back as a demon to serve his once-time friend and now master. And Gorebeast is looking to make sure that he does his job, despite how the animosity that might now exist between the two. So, we'll see how it goes. On Orcs and Goblins side.
Here we go. We got my Boar Boys, my Nasher Dashers, and a new unit I'm trying out. The Jolly Green Giant Idol, whatever he is. He's a pretty good monster. Yeah, this is just trying to hold my flank over here.
It's a work in progress,
yes.
the model.
Still building him. As you can see with a lot of my army, I like to make my own where I can because it's cheaper and I can afford it. And continuing on, we have my Goblin Bunker with just common goblins and a few shamans with the magic of the little green gods. And then my typical big old block of 40 feral orcs. Got my 6 trolls there, 2 Nasher Dashers, 2 catapults. Again, made myself out of balsa wood, just a lot more affordable. And we got, here's my chaff on this flank. We have the Wolf Riders. I know they're posing as Spider Riders, but you know what? It's 2016, man. We got to get with the times. If they want to identify as wolves, let them do it. And
Who are we to judge?
I know. But yeah, hiding behind that building because this is a super shooting bullshit list. And they don't want to get shot at, so they're just hiding there. Got 2 units of Nasher Dashers on this side, and a big old Gargantula Spider.
Now, for the Lords of Change, we have what looks suspiciously like an Undying Dynasty's chariot, but which is actually a Blazing Chariot.
Yes.
We have 24 horrors with a champion installed, a musician, and a banner. And we have 6 igniters with 1 champion in there. We have 2 units of Furies. It's hard to see, kind of hiding behind the house, ready to pop out when they need. And I kept Timmy. I kept Timmy behind the house too because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure where I needed him yet. I didn't know if I wanted him to go support the left flank or the right flank. So I kind of split the difference here. And I'm like, he's got movement 8. He's pretty maneuverable. I can put him where I need to do. And in retrospect, I should have kept him back a little more, but we'll find out. We can see my second unit of 6 igniters with the champion installed. Another unit of 24 horrors with firebolts and a champion standard musician. And the Lord of Change himself. And on the far extreme left, we have another unit of Furies and a Blazing Chariot Mark II. And once again, Gorebeast looks on his creation and wields them with his force of his presence, with his charismatic presence to do well.
Orcs and Goblins took turn 1, and we just, again, this dude, super shooty. They pretty much die if they hit combat, so my goal is to get into combat. I zoomed across the field with everything I could. My spiders, as you can see, marched 18, wolves. That's confusing sometimes. But anyways, 18 across the board. The first Nasher Wrecking Team rolled, I think, like a 16. So he's right up there with them. And my Nasher's moving up along with my spider. I had to turn them kind of sideways like that. They are skirmishing, so they can reform as they see fit. But I had to fit my spider up there as close as I could. This is the other side of the board. Just moving my boar boys up with my Nashers and everything else.
Okay, now we have the Demon's turn. Nothing really happened in magic or shooting. But we have some movement here. Now, I think I made a mistake here. I shouldn't have moved my Demon up so soon. But I saw that spider come in and I was like, I have to deal with it. The Demon's pretty... I was confident if the Demon got into the spider that I could take out the spider with initiative 8,
those stats,
weapon skill
God,
9.
Yes.
Yeah, his poisons were a threat, but I have Shackles of Reality on this guy, so he's a 4-up regen, a 5-up armor. I was feeling pretty good about that. I was like, okay, I can eat some chaff, I can eat some spider.
Yeah, again, this is not
much
super
threat.
heavy flank on my end, but that dude definitely could tear up.
Exactly. And not much movement here. I kind of just backed up a little bit with my Igniters and my Horrors. I did charge my Zinch, or not Zinch, I'm sorry, Lord of Change into the Nasher Dashers there. My hope was to wipe them out.
The first charge was actually into the Boar Boys, and you can see they fled.
They went through impassable terrain. The way we played, we weren't sure on the rule, and rather than bog down the game, we decided they'll just take difficult terrain checks. And they did, but they passed, so and they're fine. So I redirected into the Nasher Dashers, and I caught them, and my hope there is to overrun into the Jolly Green Giant up there. I just positioned my chaff so I could jump in front of these feral orcs coming up and buy myself some time. And I kept these chaff in reserve just in case. I thought really hard about popping his Nasher Dasher here, but I thought, you know what? I have enough shooting. I'm just going to make it die.
Just plink, 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 shoot it off the table.
That's a better picture of the charge. Gorebeast is like, yes, good. And as you can see, the Nasher Dasher's actually got a wound through on our Lord of Change.
Beautiful.
I was able to kill 2, but I broke them. They ran.
So they performed better than expected, honestly. I was impressed.
Backing up a little bit, we had a magic phase, and I got the pink breath off on this guy, so he could breathe into combat and breathe shooting too. And there's a picture.
Spell.
As you notice, the Nasher Dasher on that side was
no longer there.
Was gone. But
this is the kick.
All the shooting I had, I did put 2 wounds onto those wolf riders and made them flee. That was great. But all the rest of my shooting, all the rest of it, had to go on the Nasher Dasher or the Nasher Wrecking Team because I just could not hit it.
Oh, it was so beautiful.
Oh,
the skirt like -1 to hit. I don't know why it helped.
I just couldn't do it. I eventually did. I think my Igniters finished it off, but I wanted to put some shots into the spider, maybe plink away, maybe put it into some of the Nasher Dashers there. Something other than just
one unit.
Yeah, it was bad. I did put some shots on the other side and got a couple feral orcs out of the way, just plinking them down. That's what this list does. It plinks away at them. Now it's Orcs and Goblins' turn, and he decided to use this as his first picture.
Well, so a lot happened here. So as you can see, I ended up charging. My Nasher Dashers got into his chaff, And then I did some more. I don't think I had any other charges, so I started up with movement and compulsories first. First thing that happens, I rolled ridiculously again on the squig, and he just zoomed across the table, hit, and bounced, hit my unit, sadly killing more of my own than his chaff, but beautifully doing 2 wounds to his demon prince.
I'll say the 5-up ward save and the 4-up regens are godsends. The way it was angled is he couldn't get, like, he could either get just my chaff there and then kind of stop, or he could go through a bunch of units, but he'd have to hit his guys too. And so he elected to hit his own guys.
Again, there's 60-point unit, and it was more than worth it to lose that unit to put those kind of wounds out.
Yeah, and as you can see, some horrors died too. I think 4 died. Looks like it was frustrating. Here's a better picture of that.
As you can see, yeah, my spider and other Nashers just moved up to get in the... They have Strider, so they don't actually take the dangerous terrain checks. And so I just put them in there for good cover against all of this shooting that's about to come at me.
And on this side, you can see he just kind of moved up with his Feral Orcs, Goblins, and Trolls.
Oh, yeah. And you can also see where you overran into the Jolly Green Giant.
And I did get into that combat. And I'm at this point, I'm feeling pretty good about that. I know he's toughness 8, but I got my breath off on this guy, and I'm gonna put some 6s through. I'm gonna break him. I'm gonna win combat. I'm gonna break him. Because he only has like 1 crush attack he can do, and he has to hit me on a 5. He's got weapon skill too. It's just not good for him. It's not a good day.
He is not a killy unit.
Yes. And in combat, as you can see, I do 2 wounds.
And
not bad.
And that's it.
Yeah.
2 wounds. I didn't know none.
He passes his break check, and that is what it is. Oh, you can see the Boar Boys rallied.
Oh yes, they did.
Yeah, so that's there. Now, on top of my turn, I decided to move my chaff in to just do what they do and buy time. Now, he's Frenzy, so he has to test not to charge. But even if he doesn't charge, they're gonna sit there, and the Trolls are gonna block the Feral Orcs. The Feral Orcs are gonna block the Trolls. And I angled him in such a way so when he does charge them and inevitably kills them, he overruns forward. Now, they're facing the wrong way. I obviously meant to face them for... Why would I ever do that? But I did it because one guy's facing the opposite direction of the others, and that's the only guy I looked at. Anyway, so...
They have these weird arms on them, I think, and they just kind of stick out and get in the fucking way. They're like, I'm coming for that booty. You can see it in like the lower screen.
And I did put the chaff again in back because... I wanted, these guys have a fly 9 or 10, and they're super maneuverable, so I just wanted to be able to either charge the rear of these Goblins guys here, and these guys are strength 4, and on a rear charge, I have every confidence that they can win a combat against some Goblins, maybe break them, but they're also there in case I need to get in the way of something, maybe those Trolls. We'll see what happens. On this side, I charge with my Demon Prince. I'm like, you know what? Those Nasher Dashers need to die. So the Demon Prince goes in. My hope is to overrun and get in on the damn spider there and kill him off. Yeah, and I just position my chaff in such a way so he has to. He can't charge my horrors. He can't. There's no way to wheel. And if he does charge the chaff, he'll be. Again, I'll buy some time, and because where my chariots is where it is, he couldn't reform to, again, it'd be hard for him to reform to get a good angle to charge against my horrors there. And here's another picture of that. As you can see, some more shooting went down. Combat.
I believe the Nashers were able to put another wound.
Yeah, and then I overran, hit into the spider there. The spider's been being plinked away. It's got 2 wounds from the shooting. You know, just a lot of shooting at it and hoping. And here we go with, again, you can see a better picture of me able to down 6 of those feral orcs with some more shooting.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling confident still at this point. Now on his turn, Squig.
Running amok, man. Doing his job.
I was hoping it'd just go off the board or hit terrain or go somewhere where it wouldn't bother me.
Perfectly back through them. Just pendulum right through that unit.
And just killed some more. It's, frustrating. You can see the orcs take the bait here.
Yep, I mean, it's gotta die. We had to get that out of the way. The trolls moved up. They got into position, trying to do what we can to take out those pink horrors, man. Those guys have to die.
And you can see a better picture here. He also popped out his...
3 shamans there. My goal in mind here, I honestly forgot that those little assholes had fly. So I'm like, oh, cool, perfect. I'll chaff you. So you can take those goblins. That unit of 20 goblins is, or 22 goblins is like 63 points. So I was like, yeah, sure, fucking take that. I'm keeping my high value targets, my shamans, out of there. So I just popped them out. And my boar boys, they moved up from the side of the field. I was thinking, okay, if he does whatever with my goblins, I'll just kill his guys next turn when I get the charge. But we'll see how that goes.
Oh, shooting.
Shooting. Oh, man. So, low toughness hordes was just beautiful. I ended up getting 2 direct hits off with this, and that's what just that dead pile ended up to. Just really fucking that unit up.
Now we go into combat, and the Demon Prince dies!
Oh,
he was able to get,
man.
but not before he was able to get 2 more wounds off on the spider.
Yeah.
Demon Prince he only had 1 wound left.
Yeah, luckily just the Squig and the Nasher Dasher, he had to go through a lot to get to that spider. Like, I think, man, honestly, if he would have been full health,
oh yeah,
full health, just taken me to town. Man.
Yes, but with only 1 wound left, all you need is lucky 6 with that poison. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's what happened. I think it's the guys on top. It's the things the guys on top got through, and it's just so many attacks.
Luckiest, yeah.
It is what it is. Over here, I do 1 more wound to Mr. Jolly Green Giant.
This guy, like, he's
been surviving though.
He did what he did.
He stayed there for 3 or 4 turns and just held up my lord, and it really influenced the amount of spells I could cast. I kept casting breath on him, just from my pink horrors over there. I kept putting the breath on him so he could have a chance to do some more wounds, but
that toughness 8,
yeah,
6s to wound, they hurt a lot of people.
Now on my turn, I decided, hey, I have fly. I'm just gonna hop over. I can see that goblin. He's not out of my line of sight.
Yeah.
And I can fit, so I'm just gonna charge the shit out of it. Yeah, I know they're supposed to be put together, but we fucking know what's going on, and I didn't want to mess with the base.
Yes.
And as you can see here, I reposition, and I kind of put my horrors out of the way. I reform with my musician. I passed my test. Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping against hope, I can put some more wounds on this guy. Mm-hmm. And my shooting phase. And then if he charges, my guy will stand and shoot.
Yeah. And one of the shooting went to taking off my Nasher.
No. That was I popped it with the unit with my chaff over there.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't have this just keep doing this.
Yeah.
So I had to pop it. And over here you can see, I think, a different angle.
Mm-hmm. That was you positioning your pink horse.
It might have been.
Yeah.
And better
just to face the trolls.
Yeah, this is a better picture of the charge here. And after all said and done in shooting, I put 2 more wounds on this guy. Mm-hmm. So it's down to 2 wounds left. So I'm feeling pretty good here. And I shoot off one of the trolls and have an additional wound. So again, not bad.
Just really planking away. And finally.
In combat, I finally get another wound through.
Finally.
He breaks. I run him down. And thank God. And so now I don't have to deal with that bullshit anymore. I also eat his Goblin Shaman there.
Yep.
I think he loses one of his signature spells from Little Green Gods. I forget, but I reform and I'm just like, okay, who's next? I'm gonna eat you more. You know what I mean?
Your booty.
And
then my goblins just, no, not my goodies, and they hop back in the damn unit. Get the fuck out of here.
Shit.
Oh, and then finally I missed
on shooting, he just missed. Nothing's okay. This has to be said. His magic was shitty.
Yes.
He could not cast a spell to save his life.
Nothing got through.
Nothing got through.
It's bullshit. But I will say, +3 to
to the casting
to
is hard.
Yes,
hard for him to dispel, as you'll see.
Yes.
He does, however, shoot all the things. The catapults are on point again on the second half of the game.
Oh, and that misfire, it didn't blow up. I actually rolled a 4. We were just on the last turn.
Yeah.
And so couldn't shoot this, or we were on the 5th turn. Couldn't shoot this turn or the next.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that. So
now here, the spider did charge the chariot. The chariots didn't shoot, but missed, and so he got just eaten by Mr. Spider. It wasn't even close. And as you can see, the pink horrors.
Yes.
The trolls.
They're gone. Bye bye.
Yeah, I decided, you know what? Those trolls, they won't catch me. I'll flee. And he rolled a 12.
Yeah.
For his pursuit and just caught them.
Boom.
Barely.
Bloop.
And there goes 350 points. Gone. 314 points. Something like that. Just gone. Yeah. I was devastated. I was like, no. And over here you can just see a better picture of that. Oh, and I just repositioned my chaff, and I positioned my Lord of Change. My goal here was to either I didn't know yet if I wanted to go into the goblins, the boar boys, or if I wanted to go into the rear of those feral orcs right there. I was really kind of debating what I wanted to do here, and so I just kind of split the difference here and decided, you know what, I'm gonna stay here and see what I can do. It was I was out of line of sight to do any charges this turn, so is what it is. And I think that's a picture of me just repositioning my igniters in my chariot just so I can
just to get in there and really
double shot. And I'm hoping I have 2 more rounds of shooting at this point and 2 more rounds of magic to reduce these guys to 25% or less, just so I can get half their points, because it's a large point unit, and we're playing for points at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And shooting, I do get another wound.
One
on the
left,
spider.
man.
He has 1 left, so I'm feeling okay about this. Now my pink horrors are down to exactly, I think, 26%. Just 1 above.
1 wound, and that really affected how I've made these next plays. I was like 1 wound,
and
to
so
get those points.
My shooting didn't really go well. I only killed 3 over here, and his movement, again, it's his last turn. We're playing for points. He goes and he tries to get those boar boys the fuck away.
Yes. Just get them out of that. I was like, fuck it. I don't want to give you what I don't have to. And I was just facing them. I did not want a flank charge on anything with the impact hits of a chariot. So I was like, if he's going to do something, he's going to face me.
Looking back on this, I'm like, well, the igniters could have charged, and all that stuff, but that's dangerous against feral orcs. And igniters, that's not where they excel.
It's not.
And he also, his wolf riders got brave.
So here, I actually charged with my wolf riders first, trying to bait out those that stand and shoot, but he held, and then I was like, okay, well, I'll charge with my spider. I wanted to get that wound, just that 1 wound, and he stood and shoot, got the wound, the last one left on my spider, and killed it. So, boo-hoo, lost those points on my side.
He also, during his shooting direct, hit my blazing chariot. But as you can see, he rolled a 1 to wound. So,
horse shit.
Woo! Now, we didn't take a picture, but he hit a couple other things during the game that were big, but I always made my ward save.
Yeah.
It was those little guys that would die.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and this was what we
okay, so I'm trying to get a spell off. I think this is my turn at this point.
Yes, this was your breath weapon.
Yes, my breath weapon. I want to get the breath weapon off on the Lord of Change, so if he did do a flank charge, he would have some extra oomphs to kill as many as possible. Maybe force a break check. That was a goal. And so I'd gotten shut down so far. I had 2 dice left. So I was like, fuck it. So I rolled, and with the +3, because he's Lord of Change, that's a 13. And
5 dice in my hand. I'm like, 13? Okay, what? I fucking
He got a 12.
I threw the goddamn dice on the table, and then like
he got a 12.
Like we went to go pick it up, and I was like, he looked at it. Hold up, count that shit up, and god damn it.
Oh, fun time. So I did charge. I did charge into there, and I just repositioned. Again, he doesn't have a turn next, so I'm just trying to kill those trolls. And I'd shot a bunch. And I want to get this goblin unit too, so I charge in the flank. I'm just doing everything I can to get some points here. This is what it looks like at the end of the game, though. I challenged.
I got it.
I forgot he could do that.
Yes, with the champion. So it wasn't enough to do anything to make me break, to put me down below 25%. Champions, they do work, man.
I did win combat. But again, you're steadfast and you're immune to psychology because you're frenzied.
Mm-hmm.
You're just not gonna.
And orcs now have an awesome rule called Unruly. If they are in horde formation, they use 3 dice to test for leadership and take away the highest.
And he was in horde formation, so that is what happened. So after totaling up the points, it was a draw. It was. I think he had like 100 more points taken than I did. Something like that. But it wasn't enough to make it a victory on either side. It was a bloody game. It was a damn good game. Yeah. A lot of cool maneuvers and a lot of
little bullshit.
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. And if you guys enjoyed it too, hey, subscribe, man. Check out our other reports, and we'll see you next